Hi, welcome to the How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. My name is Vanessa Garcia and I'm a Microsoft Dynamics NAV escalation engineer. I will be presenting how do I reconcile incoming and outgoing bank payments in a payment reconciliation journal in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. At the end of this video, you will have an overview on how to set up the payment reconciliation journal, as well as how to set up some features in order to make the process more automatic and straightforward to you. The objectives of this video are summarized in 4 steps related to the payment reconciliation journal functionality. We will start with the setup of the application and some new features as payment match tolerance and text-to-account mapping, which will be linked with the payment reconciliation process. After that, we will see how to reconcile some payment lines in a payment reconciliation journal, some tricks to adjust the automatic payment application you get proposed by the system, how to post the payments when all is correct, and how to review the posted ledger entries. For each of the topics, you will see a little sample in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. Let's start then with the 4 steps needed to perform a payment reconciliation. The first step is to learn how to set up bank data import and how to define the payment match tolerance. This functionality will be useful when you try to match a transaction amount with a remaining amount on an unpaid document. Let's follow a little demo in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. In Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015, it's quite easy to get started with the automatic payment reconciliation process, as we can do the necessary setup on the fly. You can use the search box in the right up corner of the client and search by Payment Reconciliation Journal, or we can just navigate through Departments, Financial Management, Cash Management, Payment Reconciliation Journals. You just need to create a new one and select the bank account you want to register the payment for. In this case, we will use Worldwide Bank Euro. And then the Payment Reconciliation Journal opens prepared for this bank account. From the Payment Reconciliation Journal, you can import a file located on your computer, including your bank transactions. If your bank doesn't have a bank statement import format defined yet, you will get the following message asking if you want to set it up in this moment. If you click Yes, then the payment bank account card appears and you can select a value in this field. In this case, we will use SIP account. And then we'll select our bank transactions to be imported into the journal. The following message could appear if your bank does not have an IBAN number defined yet and the file you are importing does. We can fix it or we can skip this validation by clicking Yes to the message. You can check that our file contains a payment line of 1,450 euros. If you try to apply automatically now, you won't get any match found by the system and nothing will be applied. If you open the payment application window by selecting Apply manually from the ribbon, you will see an invoice of almost the same amount as your payment, 1,449 euros and 70 cents. If you apply it manually by clicking the Apply checkbox in the line, you will see that the payment status changes to Apply manually and the remaining amount to apply changes to 30 cents. You will be then paying those 30 cents extra that will be charged to the third party. Let's remove the application and see what can be done in order to achieve the same automatically when using the Apply Automatically button. For this, you can take advantage of the Payment Match Tolerance functionality. To do that, you just need to go to Navigate and select the bank account card. There, you will see a section for Payment Match Tolerance. You just need to set up the fields Match Tolerance Type to Amount and Match Tolerance Value to 0.5 euros in this example. If we go back to Home tab and we click Apply Automatically Now, the payment gets now automatically applied, again with a difference of 30 cents as expected, due to the 50 cents defined for the payment match tolerance. The second step is to learn how to create the text-to-account mappings based on transaction text. The purpose of this functionality is to automate the matching of payment lines with vendor, customer, or GL accounts defined in advance by the user. Let's follow a little demo in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. This functionality will be useful during the payment reconciliation process if you want to set up a rule that is able to recognize specific text in certain recurring in and out payments when those don't have any corresponding documents in the system that the payments can be automatically applied to. Then, those specific texts will be recognized by the system and automatically mapped to a certain vendor, customer, or GL account. The text-to-account mapping rules can be set up by you as follows. Imagine that you import the following file into the payment reconciliation journal. You will have the following two payment lines and you try to apply them automatically. Nothing will be recognized and applied and the matching confidence will be known. If you now want to add a rule to map certain specific text to one account, you can click the Map Text to Account button on the ribbon. As you can see, the transaction text of the payment line is automatically copied into the mapping text. You are now able to link this text to a specific vendor, customer, or GL account. So every time the same text is found, this rule will be applied, resulting in an automatic application. For example, you can link the first transaction text, service fee copy machine, by removing the part that could change in the future, to vendor Mandersand Corporation. And the second line, monthly rent payment for building key, to customer, the Canon Group. After adding these mapping rules, you will check that the match confidence is set to high text-to-account mapping for both lines, and the payments have been automatically applied for those specific customer and vendor. The third step is to learn how to reconcile incoming and outgoing bank payments automatically. For this process, you can take advantage of the new functionalities we learned before, as text-to-account mapping rules and the automatic application. You will also learn how to review and manually adjust the automatic payment applications proposed by the system. Let's follow a little demo in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. Once you've got all the relevant setup in the application for payment match tolerance and text-to-account mapping, and once you've got the bank transactions file from your bank, you are ready to start the payment reconciliation process. As you can see, in the payment reconciliation journal, we have the option to create a new journal, import the bank transactions, and then apply automatically or manually the payments. Besides of that option, you also count with the Import Bank Transactions function, which will allow you to get those three steps in only one go. If we import our file using this option, the data will be imported and applied automatically, and you will save some manual work. Let's import our bank transactions file into the system. As you can see, all the lines have been already applied for you, showing in the column Match Confidence the status of every application, so you only need to review if all is correct before posting the payment reconciliation. For example, as you can see, the lines with higher match confidence are the ones we set up in the previous step using text-to-account mapping. That's why those are directly linked and applied to the specific customer and vendor in the setup. We can also see the payment that we already explained in our first example, where the payment match tolerance of 50 cents allowed to find a document in the system to be applied automatically with this payment, even when there was a difference of 30 cents between the payment and the invoice. If you now accept this application and you don't take any action to apply the 30 cents to any other document or account, this amount will be automatically credited to the related party for the open invoice when posting. You can check that the match confidence changes from low to accepted. This means that you already reviewed and agreed with these applications. You can always review and investigate the details by going to Apply manually for each of the lines and reviewing the information in the Payment to Entry Match fact box. Let's do that, for example, for the line with match confidence high. As you can see, the transaction text points to one document number, which is the same document number as in our system. The transaction amount seems to match as there is no remaining difference, and the customer is Beef House. Let's review the information in the Payment to Entry Match fact box. The match confidence is high because the related party match fully is also Beef House. The document number is the same as we checked, and there is one document within the amount tolerance. In fact, the remaining amount is 0. So we totally agree with this application. Let's review now the payment line with match confidence low. As we can see in the transaction text, this payment seems to come from FIRDC and it seems to be related to 3 different invoices. In our system, we are only applying one of them, but it seems to be one of the list. The transaction amount and the remaining amount doesn't match, so it seems that it's not the same invoice, and the customer is a bit different as well, Hotel FIRDC. Let's check the information in the payment to entry match fact box. As we can see, the confidence is low because the related party does not match, the document number matches but only in one case, and we have 0 documents within the amount tolerance. It's also true that we have another 2 outside the amount tolerance, so in total there are 3 documents for this customer. We can see all the documents related to this customer under related party open documents. It seems to be a lump payment because the amount of the other invoice in the system and the remaining amount to apply seems to match. So if we select the 2 remaining ones, it seems to make the trick. We accept this application, and now we can see that the match confidence changed to manual. The transaction amount is exactly the same as the open amount for the 3 invoices, and the document number matches to the 3 invoices in the system. So now we are safe to accept this application. The last line to review is the one with match confidence medium. In this one, we can check in the transaction text that the payment comes from Autohouse Milver and it seems to be a partial payment for invoice 103027. This is exactly the same invoice and it seems to be partially paying the invoice in our system. Also, the customer seems to be slightly different. It's Autohouse Milver KG. Let's see the information in the payment to entry match fact box. It's medium the confidence because, as we saw, the related party match only partially, the document number, yes, is the same, and there is no document within the amount tolerance. But again, this is because we are paying only part of the invoice. So we come back to the payment reconciliation journal, we accept the application, and we are ready to go. Please note that in the previous example, we only got 5 payment lines to review. In case you're working with a larger amount of payment lines, you can also count with the optional sorting options provided on the Home tab under Customer Sorting section. As you can see, you will have the possibility to sort out the lines by match confidence column in a descending or ascending way. The last step is to learn how to review if the bank totals and the posted ledger entries are accurate and correct in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. This process will allow you to capture possible imbalance situation between the actual ending balance and the total in the system. Let's follow a little demo in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. You are now ready to post your payments, but before, you can ensure that after you have posted the lines, the bank total in the system will be the same as the actual total on your bank account. You can review this information by looking at the fields balance on bank account after posting, which is the result of the sum of previous balance on bank account in the system plus the sum of total transactions amount in the journal. This number needs to match the statement ending balance on the bank account if you want to have the same balance in the system as on your real bank account. As you can check, that's the case, so you can happily and safely post your payments. To review the postings, you can go to Financial Management, Cash Management, Posted Payment Reconciliations, and here you will have the registers for the payment reconciliation journal you just posted. You can also go to Cash Management and Bank Accounts, go to your bank, and really check that the balance is exactly the same as the desired one. Recapping what we have talked about in this session, you are now able to set up a bank data import and define payment match tolerance. You are familiar with the text-to-account mappings based on transaction text, and you are able to reconcile incoming and outgoing bank payments automatically, as well as to review and check the bank totals and posted ledger entries in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. Thank you for watching. It was great to have you in this video. I'm looking forward to see you again in another of our How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.